Recently, a Texas high school hired a Christian motivational speaker by the name of, get this, Justin Lucadoo, to teach young people how to be dateable. Now, what makes you dateable, according to Mr. Lucadoo? I'm not going to get over that name. Well, some of his advice he actually started out some of his advice by saying what's not dateable. Well, what's not dateable? Apparently having premarital sex makes you undateable. Well, what else? Well, not adhering to Christian social standards. That also apparently makes you undateable, according to Mr. Lookadoo. So what does make you dateable? Well, let's start with advice for the girls. What makes a girl dateable, according to him? Well, for one, he thinks that girls need to shut up. I'm not kidding. These are actual quotes from his motivational speech. He said, quote, "Dateable girls know how to shut up. They don't monopolize the conversation. They don't tell everyone everything about themselves. The dateable girl lets God run the world and tells herself the truth, that all she can control is herself. She doesn't imagine things to be more than they are. Let them lead. God made guys as leaders. Dateable girls get that. And let them do guy things. Get a door open, or get a door. Open a ketchup bottle. They relax and let guys be guys, which means they don't ask him out." This is already the worst dating advice I've ever heard. But please, Justin, continue. What about the guys? Well, his advice to men is man up. Quote, "Men of God are wild, not domesticated. Dateable guys aren't tamed. They don't live by the rules of the opposite sex. They fight battles, conquer lands, and stand up for the oppressed. Keep it covered up. Dateable guys know that porn is bad for the spirit and the mind. They keep women covered up." You know who else keeps women covered up? The Taliban. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. So let's recap. According to be dateable, you must be chaste. Women have to cover up and shut up. Men have to conquer shit. And most importantly, not look at porn while doing it. Fascinating. Now there's another part in there where it says that you must stand up for the oppressed, which is kind of funny because his very advice oppresses women. A little bit of irony in there. All right? But look, what kind of sends up a red flag about this guy is what he actually wrote in his book directed towards teenage girls. Now, a lot of his speeches are directed at teenagers, high school kids, 15 through 19. Now, he wrote, "Please, please don't tease us to show us your hot little body and then tell us we can't touch it. It's being a tease. You can't look that sexy and then tell us to be on our best behavior." Wow. Look, for one, you're putting down guys. You got to give us guys a little bit of credit here. Most of us don't lose it in our pants if we see a fucking elbow. Okay? That's not how we work. And second, you're really putting it out on the women. This is an example, and I know people hate it when I use this example or when anybody uses this example, but it's a good example of rape culture. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you're giving guys an out by shifting the blame onto the women for looking too sexy. Oh, what can I do? Her kneecap drove me fucking crazy. I had to assault her. I had no choice. It's in my nature. God told me to conquer shit. What am I supposed to do? She didn't cover up. And, you know, there's another thing that bothers me, of course. And it's just a side note, just a side thought that I had. And I don't know if you guys will agree with me, or if I'm being unfair. But is anybody else creeped out about him talking about teenage girls like that? Just the way he framed it. Oh, you can't look at that sexy body, or you can't look that sexy and tell me not that I can't get a boner. Just talking about teenage girls, dude. That ain't right. That ain't right. This guy looks like he's in his 30s at least. On his website, another weird kind of thing is that he lists his age as, quote, legal in every state. Now that sounds really, really strange and kind of creepy. He sounds like kind of a creeper. So how'd the kids at Richardson High School take him and his excellent, wonderful dating advice? Well, they weren't buying it. And I love this. Now, BuzzFeed actually had a hilarious collection of tweets from the students. And get this, they used the hashtag #LookADouche. I'm not kidding. One female student actually tweeted, quote, "Walking out. I refuse to listen to the enforcement of stereotypes and gender roles. Hashtag #LookADouche." That is awesome. That is awesome. Another person said, "I love that RISD has a no tolerance on bullying, and yet they brought a bully in to motivate us. Hashtag Dateable girls know when to shut up." Now, one parent was actually really mad about this. She said, quote, "I am extremely troubled by the fact that Richardson High School would bring in an expert speaker who holds this dangerous misogynistic views that advance a rape culture such as those expressed on his website." Yeah, I agree. How stupid are they? Did they not look at this guy and say, yeah, this guy sounds like a douche? Literally. Maybe we shouldn't invite him to speak at our schools. And the thing about this guy is that he's actually done a lot of speaking engagements at different high schools all along the South. A lot of Christian schools. But he's spreading this 1950s misogynistic attitude and teaching these old, ancient stereotypes of how men and women should relate and date each other. And so far, I mean, this is the most attention I think that he's had. Now, he's gotten in trouble before, but not on this scale. And I think it's because these students were like, dude, we're not buying this bullshit. Okay? Now, because of this backlash, of course, Richardson High School principal Charles Bruner actually left voicemails on parents' phones apologizing for hiring this guy. So this really goes to show you that when it comes to the younger generations, they're not buying that old shit, that 1950s mentality, and that it really belongs back in the 1950s. But hey, good job, #LookADouche. You actually did motivate these teens, just not in the way you were looking for. You're motivating these teens to have better attitudes towards each other, towards genders, towards gender equality, towards gender roles and stereotypes. You just taught these people, these kids, the right way to do things by showing them the exact wrong thing and wrong way to think. Now, do I really care about his views? No, not really. I don't. He can have his views. But actually being classified as a motivational speaker and having these views, that I don't agree with. I'm just glad to see that our younger generation, they're not buying this crap anymore. And you know what? That's a good thing. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and share with your friends. If you want to see more, go to our channel at youtube.com/TYTNation. And if you really want to support the show, support this channel, go to our fundraising campaign at www.patreon.com/TYTNation. The website is in the description below. Thank you guys, and keep watching.